Your snake plant isn't slow, it's stuck. Most people think this plant just grows at a crawl, one sad new leaf a year and there's nothing you can do. That's completely wrong. There are 8 simple things quietly holding your plant back. And the moment you fix them, you'll watch new pups and tall, healthy leaves push up in weeks, not years. And the tip at number 6? It's the single biggest growth switch, and almost nobody uses it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn a stalled, sleepy snake plant into one that's actively growing, multiplying, and filling out its pot. We'll cover the light it's secretly craving, the watering mistake that puts it to sleep, the one feedback trick that can double its speed, and a simple way to turn one plant into 5 for free. Some of these will surprise you, and number 8 changes everything if you live somewhere with real winters. So stick with me to the end. Miss one of these and your plant stays stuck. And if you want a thriving indoor jungle, consider subscribing. We post simple, no-nonsense gardening tips every day. First, understand why it's slow. Here's the truth nobody explains. Snake plants are succulents. They store water and grow in bursts. They have an active growing season in spring and summer, and they basically sleep through fall and winter. So, if you've been waiting for growth in December, that's your first problem. Everything we do in this video is about maximizing that spring and summer window, giving the plant the perfect conditions so that when it wants to grow, it explodes. Get this mindset right, and the next 7 tips do the heavy lifting. So, let's start with the one that matters most. Give it way more light. The number 1 reason your snake plant grows slowly? Not enough light. Yes, they survive in a dark corner. That's why everyone says they're low light, but surviving and growing are 2 completely different things. If you want speed, give your snake plant bright indirect light for most of the day. An east or south-facing window in the US is perfect. They can even handle a few hours of gentle direct morning sun, which supercharges growth. Move your plant from that dim hallway to a bright spot, and within a few weeks you'll see the difference. More light means more energy, and more energy means more leaves. But light alone isn't enough if the temperature is fighting you. Keep it warm. Snake plants are tropical. They love warmth and they hate the cold. Their growth sweet spot is between 70 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, basically normal, comfortable room temperature. But here's the catch, anything below that 55 degrees and growing slams to a halt. So keep your plant away from cold, drafty windows in winter, away from air conditioning vents in summer, and never let it sit in temperatures near freezing. Warm plant, happy plant, growing plant. Now, let's get into the soil, because this is where a lot of people accidentally choke their snake plant. Use fast-draining soil. If your snake plant is sitting in heavy, dense potting soil that stays wet for days, its roots can't breathe, and slow growth or root rot is the result. These plants want a loose, gritty, fast-draining mix. The easy solution? Use a cactus and succulent soil, and mix in a few handfuls of perlite or coarse sand for extra drainage. This lets water flow through quickly and brings oxygen to the roots. And healthy roots are the engine of fast growth. Repot into the right mix once, and you've removed one of the biggest hidden breaks on your plant. If these tips are helping, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next plant care guide. Okay, this next mistake is the one I see the most often. Water deeply, but less often. This is a mistake that quietly puts more snake plants to sleep than anything else, overwatering. Because they store water in their leaves, snake plants need far less than you think. The rule is simple: water deeply, then wait until the soil is completely dry before watering again. In spring and summer, that might be every 2 weeks. In winter, maybe once a month or even less. Stick your finger about 2 inches into the soil. If you feel any moisture, wait. Soggy soil leads to mushy roots and zero growth. Get the watering rhythm right and your plant can finally focus its energy on growing instead of just surviving. But if you really want to see that 3 times speed, this next one is the secret weapon. Feed it during the growing season. Here's the big one I promised, the tip almost nobody uses. Most people never feed their snake plant, and that's exactly why it grows so slowly. During the active growing season, spring and summer, feed your plant with a balanced houseplant fertilizer diluted to half strength, about once a month. That's it. This gives the plant the nutrients it needs to push out new leaves and pups fast. Just 2 rules: never overfeed, because too much fertilizer burns the roots. and stop completely in fall and winter while the plant is resting. Add this one habit and you can genuinely double your plant's growth speed in a single season. If you're learning something new here, do me a favor and subscribe. We share simple gardening wins like this every single week. Pick the right pot. Snake plants actually like being a little snug in their pot, slightly root-bound even. A pot that's too big holds extra soil. That soil stays wet and growth stalls. So, when you do repot, only go up one size. And choose terracotta if you can. Those clay pots breathe and pull excess moisture out of the soil, which snake plants love. Always use a pot with drainage holes. The right pot keeps the roots healthy and the plant pushing upward instead of just sitting in soggy soil. Get this right and you've set the stage for serious growth. Now, let's talk about turning one plant into many. Divide and multiply. Want more snake plants for free and faster? Division is the trick. When your plant gets full and you see baby pups around the base, gently take the whole plant out of its pot. Find the pups that have their own roots, and separate them with a clean knife. Pot each one up in that fast-draining mix we talked about, and you've instantly multiplied your collection at no cost. Not only does this give you more plants, it actually encourages the parent plant to put out fresh new growth too. It's the fastest way to go from one snake plant to a whole shelf of them. Before we end, one quick bonus tip. Most people forget this. Dust. A thin layer of dust on those big flat leaves blocks light and slows photosynthesis. Once a month, gently wipe the leaves with a damp cloth. It takes 2 minutes and it helps your plant soak up every bit of that light we worked so hard to give it. So there it is. Bright light, warmth, fast draining soil, the right watering rhythm, monthly feeding in the growing season, a snug terracotta pot, division, and clean leaves. Do these and your slow snake plant will grow faster and healthier than you ever thought possible. Now I want to hear from you. How many snake plants do you have right now? And which one of these tips are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments. I read them all. And if you got value from this, hit subscribe and ring the bell. We pot fresh, easy gardening tips every week to help your indoor jungle thrive.